what's a sucker to me? A sucker is a who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit and you I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince in the mouth. I'm saying,
He didn't say nothing to Wack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is being selective.
Can't believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living.
Jay Prince didn't hold back. He directly accused 50 Cent of being a hypocrite, stating that if Big Meech is considered a snitch, then 50 might as well be wearing a badge. That's a serious accusation. Now, reports suggest Jay Prince may be issuing veiled threats toward 50 Cent for publicly calling out Big Meech and implying something could escalate if 50 keeps branding Meech a snitch. This isn't just a typical dispute, it's brewing into something much more intense.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You can see I'm just relaxing, letting God's air blow on my face in a sucker-free environment.
Let's be honest, 50 Cent isn't the kind to stay silent when someone takes a shot at him. And from the looks of it, Jay Prince may have picked the wrong opponent this time. The situation is more complex than it seems, and Jay Prince's reputation isn't helping. His name has come up in several controversies, rumors of extortion, questionable dice games, and even speculation tying him and his son to the unfortunate death of Takeoff. While nothing has been confirmed, the streets have a long memory. If 50 decides to expose what he knows, he likely has a lot of material. In fact, 50 has already fired back on Instagram, looking confident and reminding everyone how relentless he can be when challenged. But here's the real question: why is Jay Prince stepping in to defend Big Meech? What exactly did he say to 50? And is he really ready to challenge someone as strategic and unapologetic as 50 Cent? Things are clearly heating up fast.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected, or whatnot.
Yeah, they getting tripped up on the semantics.
yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there, you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You stuck on stupid, and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rip.
Real talk.
Real talk. Who want to have access to power and not use?
50 Cent hasn't eased up on Big Meech over the snitching allegations. He's still pressing the issue hard. Now, the situation has taken another turn. Out of nowhere, rapper Top 5 jumped in and went off on social media criticizing Big Meech. He posted a video accusing Meech of messaging him privately and labeled him a snitch, tagging 50 Cent and saying, "Come get this fake 60-year-old kingpin out my DMs before I lose it."
Oh, I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having some going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's an inside month. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice, right?
To top it off, he ended the post with the hashtag Big Screech. Brutal.
Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. A whole play going on. Here go the play right here. The play is a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with to what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in, act like he's covering for him, hanging out. Everything is cool. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got 3 right, who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. Tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said, Wack, there was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because, right, boom. The only way they could get their money back was however their money back. He said, but Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the 3 designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up whoever's in town, the entertainer. Right? They say J. Prince Jr., he get 30% of whatever the take is.
As expected, 50 Cent didn't let it slide. He reposted the clip with a classic jab, adding the caption, "He probably wanted to borrow some money from you, gangsta law." That's classic 50 sharp, quick-witted, and always ready with a comeback. Meanwhile, much of the industry is staying quiet, steering clear of the drama between 50 and Big Meech. Most artists aren't trying to get caught in the crossfire, but J. Prince, he jumped in without being named. Rumors from gossip blogs claim he's been indirectly shading 50 Cent through Instagram stories, accusing him of using Big Meech's name to boost his own image and clout.
Beware of with J. Prince Jr. when he talked about let's go shoot some dice, because the loaded dice crew of 3 Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way, he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know this, J. Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say 5th Ward earlier that?
Allegedly, J. Prince even posted and later deleted a message claiming that Big Meech was worth over $100 million before going to prison. He added that 50 Cent used Meech's story for profit, gave him $5 million, and now acts as though he built the entire BMF brand. That's a bold accusation. Now it's not just 50 Cent and Big Meech at odds. J. Prince has inserted himself into the situation as well. But it doesn't end there. Sources claim J. Prince might be taking things beyond social media, allegedly making covert threats and hinting at real-world consequences to pressure 50 Cent into silence. Serious behind-the-scenes moves. Still, 50 isn't backing down. Instead, he responded with a powerful message, sharing a clip from Training Day to show that no matter what's thrown his way, he's ready and unshaken, built for this life. In the caption, 50 Cent wrote, "Get the message," and fans certainly picked up on it. Now, social media is buzzing with people mocking J. Prince, suggesting he should back off and stay in his lane because clashing with 50 isn't exactly a smart play, especially when there might be plenty of skeletons in his own closet. For context, J. Prince is the CEO and co-founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, one of Houston's most well-known labels. Around the city, he refers to himself as the King of Houston, giving off the impression that he oversees everything. There's even this unspoken rule in the industry: whenever major artists land in Houston, J. Prince often positions himself as their unofficial protector, ensuring they're safe while navigating the city. But not everyone is convinced. Word on the street is that this protection act may just be a cover. Some believe that J. Prince and his son Jazz might actually be running an extortion operation behind closed doors. On top of that, there are ongoing whispers about questionable dice games hosted by the Prince family in Houston. Allegedly, artists are being set up to lose large sums quickly and quietly. With all this talk, it seems 50 Cent might be shedding light on some long-suspected secrets.
Can y'all elaborate on Dice Game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with that Duke the Jeweler situation because I went to Labusi pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
The chatter surrounding J. Prince and his inner circle intensified after the tragic death of Takeoff. But here's the disturbing part. Takeoff wasn't even the first individual linked to Jazz Prince's infamous dice games to lose their life. Just a few months earlier, Duke the Jeweler, a well-known figure from Chicago, won big at one of those dice nights. He reportedly left with $100,000 in cash, but he never made it to his car. Before he could get far, Duke was ambushed, robbed, and fatally shot. Just like that, he was gone.so when Takeoff passed. The outrage was immediate. Many fans criticized Quavo, saying he should have never been affiliated with J. Prince or his Mob T.I.'s crew, especially after what had already happened to Duke. People felt that given the history and all the suspicions floating around, Quavo should have kept a serious distance. And the more you look into it, the more questionable everything starts to appear.
While we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie YoungBoy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, YoungBoy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
You got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, you got your keys, you got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back, bro.
All good, waiting on you.
Patrick Xavier Clark, the man accused of pulling the trigger in Takeoff's case, was officially indicted by a grand jury. But nearly 3 years later, there's still no sign of a trial. What's even more puzzling is how things unfolded immediately after his arrest. Just one day after being taken into custody, Clark somehow posted a $1 million bond and was released on house arrest. By November 2023, the conditions of his release had been significantly relaxed. He was no longer on house arrest, didn't need to wear an ankle monitor, and was only required to follow a basic curfew from 7 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock a.m. But what really raised eyebrows was a detail buried in the court documents. They stated that Clark is not allowed to contact any witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's family, specifically naming J. Prince JRB. Surprisingly, the documents also restrict Clark from contacting J. Prince C. Oster at all. This prompted even more suspicion. People are asking, how does someone go from being on house arrest to roaming free with minimal restrictions? The whole situation feels less like a legal case and more like a strange movie script. To make matters more complex, the case continues to take unpredictable turns. Despite the years gone by, there's still no confirmed trial date, leading some to speculate that there might be deeper forces at work behind the scenes. In the most recent development, Patrick Clark continues to assert his innocence. His attorney, Letitia Quinones Hollins, is taking a strong stance. She told Rolling Stone that her client was not the one who fired the shots that killed Takeoff, period. And she didn't stop there. She criticized the evidence being used against Clark, saying the video footage and ballistic reports don't align with the accusations. According to her, once the trial actually begins, she's ready to dismantle the entire case. There was another shooter, she told Rolling Stone. Patrick Clark was in the same position as Takeoff, trying to escape the chaos. He wasn't involved in the argument and didn't start anything. He was simply caught in the wrong place at the wrong time when the shots were fired. Now, when you revisit all those rumors about J. Prince allegedly setting up rappers through questionable dice games, things only get murkier. People in the industry have been talking about it for a while, most notably Wack 100, who openly accused J. Prince's son of running a fixed dice game scheme targeting rappers visiting Houston. This situation has the streets paying close attention.
He said it exactly like, you 60. You 60, what are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined YoungBoy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got YoungBoy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. YoungBoy NBA told y'all niggas, this is what he said. This is what YoungBoy NBA said. Wack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat the shit 100 said. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard, this is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your...
Wack 100 didn't hold back. He clearly warned artists to avoid Jazz Prince's dice games, labeling them as outright scams. According to him, once you step into one of those games, you're either losing your money or worse, not walking out at all. Wack even suggested that Quavo and Takeoff might have been caught up in some questionable activities, potentially triggering the chain of events that led to Takeoff's tragic death. He didn't stop there. Wack also brought Lil Boosie into the mix, alleging that he was connected to the same dice game situation that ended with Duke the Jeweler losing his life. That's how deep this situation goes. When J. Prince was finally asked to address these claims, he quickly dismissed them. He stated that he never even knew Duke the Jeweler and insisted that his dice games had no connection to the deaths of either Duke or Takeoff, calling all of it baseless speculation. But many remain skeptical. To a lot of people, things just don't add up, and it's not just about dice games. J. Prince's name has long been linked to talk of extortion, but now the attention is growing more intense. One major incident came in July 2020 when NBA YoungBoy was robbed in Houston. Allegedly, some associates of J. Prince showed up at YoungBoy's Airbnb not just to intimidate, but to take specific items, his diamond chains and the keys to his $350,000 Bentley. Instead of keeping quiet, the group boldly posted a video online, flaunting what they took as if it were a trophy haul. They displayed the stolen goods, including a white Bentley, a white Rolls Royce, and a 2020 white McLaren GT, completely unbothered, what made the situation even more suspicious. Reports say the crew didn't just steal the items for show, they demanded a $30,000 ransom to return them. That led many to believe this wasn't just a random hit, it was another example of one of J. Prince's alleged extortion tactics. And here's the kicker, J. Prince went on Instagram as if nothing serious had happened. He claimed he had YoungBoy's chains and car keys and casually invited him to come pick them up as if it were part of a friendly lost and found. But YoungBoy wasn't buying that narrative. He saw it for what he believed it was, a setup.
Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your lord. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know it doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. You would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send us to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You gotta put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old niggas out, and just cause this little ignorant got a few dollars, He make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed.
He fired back strongly, accusing Jay Prince of being deceptive and using the checking in culture in Houston as a front to pressure rappers for influence and money. And NBA YoungBoy isn't the only one tired of the Prince family's tactics. Cameron and Maze recently called out Jay Prince too, not just over the situation with YoungBoy, but also for allegedly standing by while Kendrick Lamar publicly disrespected his prodigy, Drake, without responding. However, their conflict with Jay Prince actually began earlier when he reportedly tried to pressure them into staying silent after they criticized New Jersey boxer Shocker Stevenson, who happens to be managed by Prince. It seems more people are beginning to speak up, no longer intimidated by his reputation. Cameron and Maze were clear on their show they didn't enjoy Shocker Stevenson's recent title fight. Jay Prince didn't take that lightly. He responded on Instagram with a veiled message, essentially warning them to stop the negativity and back up their words with action. He posted, "Numbers don't lie, haters do," arguing that only a few people believe Shocker is boring. According to him, the statistics prove otherwise. Shocker had the highest ESPN fight rating of the year and held 3 of the top spots since 2022. He added a sharp reminder, "I'm the manager and I handle all his business outside the ring." In other words, don't test him. He closed his message by saying he's ready to take any bets and stand behind Shocker's performance. Cam and Maze weren't impressed. They mocked Prince for acting like he's still active in the streets, despite being old enough to know better. Fans online didn't hold back either. Many questioned why Jay Prince would even think of involving himself in the Big Meech controversy by taking shots at 50 Cent. Social media users pointed out that Prince already has enough controversial baggage and doesn't need to start anything with someone like 50. Let's face it, 50 Cent has built his brand on calling people out, exposing behind-the-scenes drama, and going all in when he feels disrespected. So for Jay Prince to challenge him, especially with all the alleged shady behavior linked to his name, many believe he's taking a serious risk. He may have started something he can't easily walk away from, and when it comes to exposing others, 50 doesn't hold back. If he chooses to go after Jay Prince, things could escalate quickly. From the Dice game allegations to rumors of extortion and more, there's no shortage of material, and knowing 50, he'll do more than just speak on it. He'll make it into a spectacle. But what's your take? Is Jay Prince out of line for getting involved in the Big Meech situation and allegedly going after 50? Or does he have a legitimate reason to speak up? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.